The Osmo Action diving accessory kit. So, I got this because just to complete the set of accessories I have, I am committed to using the Action 3 as my my action camera versus the GoPro for different reasons. And that part of the research I will leave out for a different video. But suffices to say that I did get this piece to complete the possibility that I was gonna go diving or swimming or doing something in the water. So this kit, if memory serves me right, I bought it for about $70-ish. It wasn't necessarily on sale. That is the official price. You can get it from DJI or Amazon. Let me see if I can post some affiliate links if you're interested in helping out this channel or me. That is up to you. So, and unfortunately, I can't demo with the camera inside, not at this time, because that's literally what I'm using right now to make this video. But what I can do is compare that with the standard handle, because I did get the full what do you call that, the package that came with the Osmo Action 3. So let's without further ado, let's open up this thing. So I've actually just removed the plastic thing that's sealing, but I've not actually taken this out. One of those things I'm pretty excited to do because it's there, it's waiting, and all I have to do is just literally get this video kicked out. But since I did a video recently for some other project, might as well use up this setup I have right now in the garage to show what's in this thing. So that's one package. There's nothing else. I will drop it to the side. What else do we have in there? We have, and just be careful when you do when you do take this out. There are small pieces in here that one would miss if one were just to take it out and just throw away the packaging and just, you know, not really look. So that's why I like to do these unboxings, because it helps me both ways. So in here is that looks to be some sticky tape. If memory serves me right, this is meant to hold the camera in place within the within the shell. That's what it was. I'm looking for a word. So we've got 1, 2, 3 sets. I guess you're meant to buy replaceables. Once these get wet and lose their stickiness, they're easy tear. You can tear them out over there. So I'll put that aside, and we're left with the handle itself. This is a floating handle. So that is the difference between, because I was thinking, like, why do I need an extra handle? And obviously handles have weight. I haven't measured. There are some, I mean, the stats for the measurements for the weight of the handle are probably online. I can link that at the bottom if you're interested in looking at that. But you take it out and it's one piece, and there it is. So let's go. Let's just go and take a look. So there it is. That's a nice hold right there, and it tells you in which direction it's supposed to go. So it's interesting that there is a curve here at the bottom, how it's supposed to be, right? And it looks like in your camera, if it was in place, that this knob here is on the right side. So it'll be on the right side facing you, which is interesting because I wasn't sure when I had this regular handle how I'm supposed to, like, put it, right? So there is no right or wrong way. It just comes down to preference. But it's interesting that is how this one was set. So side by side, just looking at the stick there. So this is definitely a lot hefty. Let me put this on. So and unlike this one, which is magnetic, you can just put the the camera here and it'll snap into place. One of the great features that I like of the Osmo Action 3. A lot of the I would say GoPros or the other cameras obviously have their version of that. But I like how Osmo just did it in this generation. That is not the case for this. It is not one of those snap things. This one is in place and is meant to be, just like that, just a standard. I'm looking at it and seeing how I can remove this if I need to. There is a latch here at the bottom. Let me see if I can get that there. This latch. Let's see what happens when I try to press it. What happens, or when I push it. What does it do? It's supposed to do something. I think it didn't do anything. And I don't want to push it too much because I might break it. So that would I'll read into it. All right, I promise. So at the bottom there is your there's a term for this, but basically you could extend it by putting a compatible extender here at the bottom. Same thing for the original handle, comes with that too. So I think that's a standard a 3/4 screw size. Right. So how do you put your camera in here? And then where are the buttons? So again, there are two sides of the Osmo 3. You've got your top recording button, and I'm gonna try. This is nice. I can feel that, and it's responsive, and it comes back. So there's a spring. Same thing for here, right? So this is your quick recording, snap recording, whatever you call that. And this is for your general menu settings. That's good. All right, and so how do you put the camera? So I guess the downside here, of course, I don't know if it's a downside, but obviously right now how the Osmo 3 comes is it comes with its own case, or how do you attach it to this? You'll have to take it out of that to put it into here as it is, because it doesn't look like it's going to be compatible right away. So that's snapped from the front. Snaps from the front. And then what happens is that loosens up, and then you can lift it. And there you go. So it'll be coming from the back. Very similar, I think, to the case, the regular case. Except it comes from the back and then side. You can jiggle it in. Right. So as we can see, this is it's got a clear, very clear. Hello. You can see me and I can see you. It kind of goes both ways. So very clear plastic. Right. You can see. Can you see when I press it? The movement, and then movement as well from here on the top. Let's see if you can get a good angle there. You can see it pressing against the buttons. That'll be inside. Cool. But that's it. So you put your camera in here from behind. You close it, and then make sure it latches here. So, and then close it from the side, and that puts a nice seal, because this is the rubber seal, so the rubber gasket here, and that's how it stays waterproof. So if you do your pack lunch or thermos kind of thing, so that's basically the same idea. So what is in there stays in there. I'll have to test it eventually, of course, if it works, but I mean, it should. So we'll trust it for now. One other thing is, this is not necessarily a requirement, because the Osmo Action 3 is actually rated for, I believe, 50 meters or 50 feet. I think it's 50 feet. So convert your 50 feet to meters, divided by 1 point something, or divided by 3. Figure it out. Anyway, point being, this isn't a requirement. So even if water were going to come into this, as long as you're not swimming any deeper than that, then it should be no biggie. It's just a better promise of getting better, a better picture, as it were, because there is a setting within the Osmo Action 3 where to tell it that it is inside a diving case. So something to note. And then also, too, you know what? That's it. Actually, nothing else. So, in not so many words, I still haven't figured out, because you've been with me all along. Oh, let me just read out the things at the back, right? So, this should be in the quick guide, but really quickly now. Make sure that the rubber seal is clean and firmly attached during use. Make sure the waterproof case is dry for best results. Blah, 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 blah. Place the anti-fog fiber in the case during use, and the latch is secure. This is the anti-fog stuff. Number 3, remove the rubber lens protector of the Osmo 3 Action before placing the device inside the waterproof case. Rubber lens protector. Oh, yes, that's right. There is a default lens protector in front of the Osmo. So it could be a filter or things like that. You could have replaced that. So that's a screwable thing with threads on the front. So that's actually there to protect the actual lens itself, which is great. It's interesting. I would rather not do that. And I will try basically to not do that when I use this, but I will if I have to, right? It is what it is. And then finally, number 4, rinse with tap water to prevent corrosion after using in the sea. Yes, everything, even if it weren't in the sea, let's say you were in a swimming pool, you don't know the amount of chlorine, which is acidic to some degree, has been put there over time. So your mileage will vary. So let's see if I've unscrewed it and I've taken that out. So there, by itself, you can do that. So I am interested to know, like, what can I, this is this is obviously lighter than this, by a lot. I would say 2, 3. This is about without scientific, right? Just feel by itself. Maybe 4 to 5 times heavier than this handle. So that is significant. And also, I think this is probably foam filled. That's the reason why this is going to, and this is right. So you can see I can put scratches on it. So this is rubbery versus gasket-like. So this is foam filled. I'm almost certain that's the easiest way to get this done. Foam filled, thereby it will float. And even if foam gets wet, then it doesn't matter. It's not porous. It'll not. The water's not supposed to anyway. So we'll see. And I'm still at a loss what this piece does. That's it really feels like there's a latch on top that I can do something, but I'm also really concerned that if I do more, and there's threading on it, so feels like I can do more, but it's also connected. So you know what, it could also be just a bumper, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And let's put it back. I'm not going to worry about it. So that is, and then you're going to see me struggle. So that, so this is in real time. Some of the, there we go. Right. So now that that's done, I actually, you know what? Since I read it, we don't need it. All right. So through and through. There we go. Versus this. All right. Oh, it comes with this. I don't remember if this came with a strap. It probably did. And I probably didn't want to put it on. And I probably should put it on. Because the strap is useful. Definitely use the strap when you are swimming. Because that will definitely help when you suddenly lose your contact with this. So at least you've got option one is that it is zipped there and it will not get pulled away immediately. And if you do make the mistake or opt not to use the strap, then it will float, right? So always layers when you're using your gear in the sea where it might sink to the bottom or for whatever reason get lost. So remember that this will float. It doesn't mean it's gonna float and stay in place when it goes to the top, right? It could, it could float away due to current, so it's not gonna stay in place. So definitely try to keep it in place. So that is my quick review of the Osmo diving kit, and my next one will be on other gear. One of the things for traveling, which is the I was looking for a replacement for my what was that? I forget what brand this is. Peak Design. So I found the sticker. I've got my Peak Design, but they don't have. I wasn't able to find the Peak Design in stock for me to use, and I really needed something that I could put as part of a strap to the front while I am traveling on my backpack's strap on the front side. I didn't want to get lost, so there we have it. That is my next one. So until then, stay safe. Oh, and if you have time, do click subscribe. So, because we're trying to grow this channel.